What do you think is missing from today's hip hop?
I don't think it's my place to say what's missing. First of all, because like hip hop is the only genre that continues to reinvent itself. I think one thing that we don't place enough emphasis on is like the actual lyrical content. Like I saw a video the other day with a bunch of artists that I admire, but I will not say their names. But like it was like a montage of them saying like, I don't care nothing about rap. I just want to get rich. I just want to get money. Where like, you know, 20, 25 years ago, if you was whack, you wasn't making a dime in this industry at all. So I really emphasize that because I believe that my skills will like help me with my longevity with my career. Because like, you know, when it's all said and done, I will have like, you know, a nice anthology of music. Like today, Reasonable Doubt got accepted into the Library of Congress, right? As like a national treasure. It's because of the intention that Hov put into the music. It's because of the content that he put into the music, and not just, you know, gave you something to bob your head. Like I talked about music making you feel. Dead Presidents is like, I like that more than like every gospel song I know.
Really?
Yeah, like it resonates with me. Just, you know, hearing the way that he delivered it, the way that he was able to take his life and put it into a clever way. Like I love that. So I know that, you know, my music, as long as I continue to believe, you know, in my own talents and abilities and stuff like that, it'll be able to inspire, you know, another young man out there one day, a young man or a young woman.
But that's your goal at the end of the day, to make sure you inspire somebody.
Absolutely. Well, myself first.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, giving myself what I want out of others. So definitely, yeah, absolutely.
And you also talk about the importance of Memphis rap in itself, and getting that out there known. So for those that don't have a good understanding of Memphis rap, the Memphis culture of hip hop, can you educate them right quick?
Okay, so Memphis, since really the late 50s, has been kind of at the forefront of music, starting with Stax Records, of course, with like the funk and the soul. You can even go back so far as the gentrified rock and roll of Jerry Lee Lewis and Elvis Presley, you know what I mean? But as we went into the late 80s, there were actually a few Memphis artists who were able to do music with like Ice Cube and all of them, like during the NWA. So y'all Google Gangsta Pat for all my rap historians out there. Yeah. But he was this 17-year-old kid who was the first rapper signed out of Memphis. If you listen to his old music, it sounds kind of like the West Coast. And they were very inspired by him. To the point where Memphis had enough hip-hop going from the early 90s to the mid-90s to have their own subgenre. It was like this real dark, kind of gothic hip-hop, hardcore stuff, like 3 6 Mafia. And then you had like the pimped out player country gangster music from A-Ball and MJG, who from the same hood I'm from, Orange Mound. So fast forward to today, 3 6 Mafia, they clear about 4 or 5 samples a week. You know, most of these new artists are always sampling something that they've done. Of course, like popular groups like the Migos, you know, the way that they flip the flows and things like that is similar to that of Lord Infamous, who was in 3 6 Mafia, to, you know, the new wave of Memphis music with Tay Keith, who's an MTSU graduate, and Block Boy JB, you know, that bounce, that high energy music. Like, we've always been the ones who were kind of setting the wave, and people from other cities would kind of ride that wave or take that wave and make it their own. But right now in 2019 is the best time in history to be an artist from Memphis, because we finally getting those flowers. So, you know, I see somewhat of a renaissance going on in the city, kind of like Chicago. I mean, you had the drill scene with, like, you know, Chief Keef and Lil Reese and Lil Durk and Fredo Santana, rest in peace. But like, after that, you saw Chance, you saw Big Mensa, you saw Saba. So it's getting its recognition. It's still getting its recognition, but you just feel like there's some parts that's just not. We've only scratched the surface, right? You know, guys like Block Boy and Key Glock, who I listen to all the time. Those are the ones that, you know, are kind of getting like the acclaim. Of course, like Dolph and then Gotti is like one of my Memphis rap heroes. Like, but like, people don't understand that. Just like black men in general, Memphis is a very multi-dimensional place. There are a lot of different types of people there. With that, there are a lot of different types of music being made there. And I guess I would be the anomaly from other Memphis artists. But you
express that in your music. You express the different genres, the different kind of things that Memphis touches.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm very Memphis, like all the way through. And being very Memphis means that you're well-rounded. Like, Memphis got the only thugs in America that still say yes ma'am and no ma'am. Real talk.
That's a real good
Yeah, real talk. So,
Okay.
you know, it's just a very interesting place. It's a distinctive place. When you think of America, you think of like people from New York, from New Orleans, from, you know, LA and stuff like that. I won't want to be nowhere in the world. They're from Memphis, Tennessee.